Good morning, everyone. Tina's Evolving Trance channel here for our daily Course in Miracles lesson together. Today we are doing lesson number 79. Let me recognize the problem so it can be solved. A problem cannot be solved if you do not know what it is. Even if it is really solved already, you will still have the problem because you will not recognize that it has been solved. This is the situation of the world. The problem of separation, which is really the only problem, has already been solved. Yet the solution is not recognized because the problem is not recognized. Everyone in this world seems to have his own special problems, yet they are all the same and must be recognized as one if the one solution that solves them all is to be accepted. Who can see that a problem has been solved if he thinks the problem is something else? Even if he is given the answer, he cannot see its relevance. That is the position in which you find yourself now. You have the answer, but you are still uncertain about what the problem is. A long series of different problems seem to confront you, and as one is settled, the next one and the next arise. There seem to be no end to them. There is no time in which you feel completely free of problems and at peace. The temptation to regard problems as many is the temptation to keep the problem of separation unsolved. The world seems to present you with a vast number of problems, each requiring a different answer. This perception places you in a position in which your problem solving must be inadequate and failure is inevitable. No one could solve all the problems of the world it appears to hold. They seem to be on so many levels, in such varying forms, and with such varied content that they confront you with an impossible situation. Dismay and depression are inevitable as you regard them. Some spring up unexpectedly, just as you think you have resolved the previous ones. Others remain unsolved under a cloud of denial and rise to haunt you from time to time, only to be hidden again, but still unsolved. All this complexity is but a desperate attempt not to recognize the problem and therefore not to let it be resolved. If you could recognize that your only problem is separation, no matter what form it takes, you could accept the answer because you would see its relevance. Perceiving the underlying constancy in all the problems that seem to confront you, you would understand that you have the means to solve them all. And you would use the means because you recognize the problem. In our longer practice periods today, we will ask what the problem is and what is the answer to it. We will not assume that we already know. We will try to free our minds of all the many different kinds of problems we think we have. We will try to realize that we have only one problem which we have failed to recognize. We will ask what it is and wait for the answer. We will be told. Then we will ask for the solution to it, and we will be told. The exercises for today will be successful to the extent to which you do not insist on defining the problem. Perhaps you will not succeed in letting all of your preconceived notions go, but that is not necessary. All that is necessary is to entertain some doubt about the reality of your vision of what your problems are. You are trying to recognize that you have been given the answer by recognizing the problem, so that the problem and the answer can be brought together and you can be at peace. The shorter practice periods for today will not be set by time, but by need. You will see many problems today, each one calling for an answer. Our efforts will be directed toward recognizing that there is only one problem and one answer. In this recognition are all problems resolved. In this recognition, there is peace. Be not deceived by the form of problems today. Whenever any difficulty seems to arise, tell yourself quickly, let me recognize this problem so it can be solved. Then try to suspend all judgment about what the problem is. If possible, close your eyes for a moment and ask what it is. You will be heard and you will be answered. Okay, that's our lesson for today. That is lesson number 79. Let me recognize the problem so that it can be solved. Let's see what Jesus has to say today. You are blessed beings indeed. I am that one that you know as Jesus. And this is a very, very important lesson, as I seem to say so often with these lessons. They are brilliant. They are definitive in the sense that they help you narrow down your focus into the correct place and in the right direction. When you think somebody's causing you a problem, you always look to them to solve it for you. They should not have said that. They should change the way they are. They should not be so independent, or they should not be so clingy. Whatever you decide is the problem with them. And this is one of the ways that you guarantee that you will never solve the problem, because the problem is one of perception. The problem is within your own mind, and it is appearing out in front of you through the practice of projection so that it seems to be unsolvable. This is one of the great tricks of the ego consciousness. It is constantly creating situations outside of you that change form, that deceive you, that tempt you, so that you will not go to the one place where the solution lies, which is inside. So the answer is within you. It is, as you say in your modern vernacular, an inside job. But if you don't know that, if you don't know that getting calm and quiet and going inside and asking for guidance is how the problem will truly be solved, then you will be chasing idols all around the planet all of your life, trying to solve a never-ending line of unsolvable problems. And even when you do solve one, another one will pop up just as quickly. So this idea of asking to be shown what the problem is and realizing that it is separation from all that is, separation from love in that sense, separation from wisdom. There are many forms of separation going on this earth plane, but they are all resolved by the same thing, which is the practice of forgiveness as described in A Course in Miracles text. Because forgiveness stops you attacking the outside, stops you moving the chairs around on the Titanic trying to stop it from sinking, but going inside and doing the work there to ask to be shown, what is the distortion in my mind? Where is the problem in my mind? Now, this may seem like blaming the victim to some of you, but we want you to understand that the entire illusory world in which you live is maintained by projection and the belief in separation as the fundamental structure of this reality as you understand it to be. It is through knowing and acting in accord with that knowing that you are not separate, that you all come from the same place, that you are all made of the same thing, and that you all are loved by that which you call God. When that realization is truly made, there are no problems anymore. You have healed the fractured mind of the Son of God. I am that one that you know as Jesus, and we will speak to you again tomorrow. Thank you for joining us today. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.